Yo. What is going on, everybody? It's your boy, Leroy. Got my guys, Matt and Trev, here with me. Hope everybody's having a great weekend so far. Man, it's been a great slate of college games to open Saturday weekend. And then we got the NFL jumping off tomorrow, man. How y'all boys doing this weekend, man?
Hey, man, I'm enjoying watching the Devils whoop on the Lightning right now.
Man, we ain't got to talk about it.
17 shots to 2 in the second period is crazy. 3-0.
We're getting our asses kicked. It is a slow start for my Tampa Bay Lightning. They're not up to snuff right now. But it's a long season. It's a long season.
Go Devils. All right, go Devils.
All right. Well, y'all see where Matt was jumping into some hockey. Speaking of other sports, man, I hope whoever's out there, I don't know if you're a baseball fan or not, I hope you did not miss that Mariners game last night.
Bruh, I got a text message last night from a buddy of mine. He said, "Are you watching this game?" And I was like, "No." He was like, "Dude, it's bottom." He was like, "It's bottom of the 13th, dude." I turned that shit right on, dude. I was like, "My goodness."
I watched pretty much that whole game from like the 7th inning. It was absolutely ridiculous. I'm not even the biggest baseball fan, but I tell you right now, I was literally out at a bar/restaurant. I was literally watching up until the 13th inning, and then finally was like, "All right, I gotta get my kids home. Let me get out of here."
I was trying to figure out in the bottom of the 13th why the Mariners didn't just bunt.
That's what my old coworker who I went out with, he was saying they should bunt, and I'm like, "Nah, don't do it.
No, you got to, man. If you would have bunted toward third base or just dropped that shit right in front, there was no way there was gonna be a double play. You just had a dude on. Now you got a dude on second and third. Now just hit a sacrifice fly, and that game was over.
Man, that's what he was saying, and I was just like, "Don't do it." I feel like it would have been a quick double play. So that's why my thought on it was like, "Don't do it." I felt like it was gonna be a quick out, but he was like, "Do it." So it's funny that you said that because we was literally having that same argument there. It's hilarious.
I'll tell you what, this is the best time of year for sports in general. Like football is in mid-season, like the best games going on right now. Playoff baseball going on, hockey just started up, basketball is about to start up. Like this is the epitome of being a sports fan here. This month and next month is like the best time of the year until playoff football, which is undoubtedly the best. But
hey, if you're a redneck, it's getting toward the end of NASCAR season 2. So
yeah, there you go.
you got NASCAR playoffs about to kick off.
Yeah, for sure.
Man,
definitely was just thinking that same thing, Trev. So definitely shout out to all the sports going on. Appreciate you, Tresta, coming in. So man, great time for sports. So definitely get your sports in right now. We got pretty much almost all the sports going. And speaking of even the WNBA had a good championship.
Oh yeah.
I will say Philadelphia is very unhappy right now. The Phillies lost, and then the same night the Eagles lost to the Giants.
And the Flyers lost. It was a rare 0-3. Yeah.
0-3.
Rough night in Philadelphia, man.
Definitely.
How about Jackson Dart, Cam Scativo? Like they were going crazy. These young rookies on the New York Giants. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, got their fans going. But let's jump into the NFL real quick. I'm going to start you guys off with the Week 5 games that we've gotten through. So we had Thursday night. The Rams the 49ers beat the Rams 26-23. The Minnesota Vikings beat the Browns 21-17. The Dallas Cowboys beat the Jets 37-22. The New Orleans Saints beat the Giants 26-14. As you guys know, last week we whooped the Raiders 40-6.
40 bomb.
The Carolina Panthers beat the Dolphins 27-24. The Broncos beat the Eagles 21-17. The Houston Texans smacked the Ravens 44-10. Tennessee Titans came up with their first win of the season and beat the Arizona Cardinals 22-21. The Buccaneers in the Seahawks game was great as well. The Buccaneers won that game 38-35. The Detroit Lions beat the Bengals 37-24. The Washington Commanders beat the Chargers 27-10. The Bills surprisingly lost to the Patriots 23-20.
Yep.
And the Jacksonville Jaguars beat the Chiefs on Monday Night Football 31-28. And we open up Week 6 like we were just discussing, the New York Giants beating the Philadelphia Eagles 34-17, man. So
nobody's safe right now. Nobody's safe. There's a lot of upsets in that slate. Except for us, though.
Completely true, man.
We took care of business.
These Bucks have become the cardiac Colts, man.
Yeah, I'll tell you, man.
They are winning every game, coming back in the very end.
Oh, it's must see television. Honestly.
Putting it on Baker Mayfield's fucking shoulders and tell him go do your thing.
Yeah, it's crazy because they've had, I want to say, all 4 of the wins that they
Yeah,
in
have been. Yep.
Like game-winning drives, last-minute clutch time football.
And Baker's been walking folks down, so he's legit, man. And he's been playing with a hurt offensive line, no Mike Evans. As of right now, man, Baker's my MVP personally.
Yeah, I think so too.
So far through 5 games, I personally don't like to do all the early MVP stuff, but I know everybody's been throwing it around. So
if you had to call it right now,
there.
Yeah.
Yep, for sure. But let's go ahead and jump into it, man. You guys see my name down there. Matt, you switch yours up at the end like that. And then Trev, as always, go Colts. You know how it is. But the Indianapolis Colts, man, absolutely put on a shellacking of the Las Vegas Raiders, 40-6. Just to chronicle it up a little bit, we opened up the game. It was not a beautiful start by any means. We let the Raiders pretty much walk down. Or actually, we went on a 3-and-out to start the game. Punt it to the Raiders. I believe it was our 4th punt of the entire year. And then we let the Raiders kind of march down a little bit, got in the field goal range. They kicked the field goal, went up 3-0. And then from there, that was pretty much a wrap of the first quarter. So we did not even score in the first quarter. And we just went on a 2-quarter tear. It was absolutely ridiculous. We tied up the game. Then we just went touchdown, 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 touchdown. 6 for 6 in the red zone. Did not allow in a red zone touchdown. It just absolutely killed them through 2 quarters. The game was pretty much over a wrap. We had backups in by the 4th quarter. Wrapped up that game 40-6. Man, what were you guys' thoughts on the game last week?
Yes, fuck yes, hell yes, let's go, fuck you. Like that was my thought process the whole time, dude. Just pure dominance. Ever since like you said, the first possessions ended for both teams, it was all us all the way through, and it was just like we could do no wrong, they could do no right. Literally, the only bad news we got from the entire game is that obviously Spencer Schrader got hurt, out for the season. We bring in Michael Badgley as our replacement kicker, but like. You put a shellacking like that on another team, it's just pure dominance, man. I mean, we were by far the biggest win of the weekend, and we're like the only team taking care of business right now, it seems like, with all these other top teams losing. So, I mean, you just can't say enough good stuff about it, man. It was absolute dominance, but now we're on to the next one.
Yeah, I mean, the first thought that came to my mind was, you were kind of panicking in the chat in that first drive that the Raiders had, and all I kept thinking was, this is just the scripted drive, man. That's all it was. They had a good script to start the game, but they didn't. They weren't able to make any.
They didn't do anything after that.
Yeah, they couldn't do anything after that. I saw an interview of Geno Smith talking about the one interception that was tipped, and he was like, "I don't know what you expected me to do any better. The dude was wide open. It just got tipped." And we just we forced them in bad positions, man, and it was a hell of a game. There's not really much I can say besides the fact that I got to eat my words from last week when I talked about Ashton Doolin. But
yeah. No, Doolin had a huge game stepping in for A.D. Mitchell, who was obviously benched for most of the game. Until the 4th quarter, but Doolin went crazy. I don't remember his exact numbers, but he was 2
for 55.
Yeah, come on, dude. And big moments too, like
and then he also had some great plays on special teams.
He had a kick return
that got ball back. He had a very, 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 very good day. Speaking of Geno Smith, he was pretty pissed off in that press conference. He basically was basically pointing the finger. He was basically pointing the finger without trying to point the finger. He like, hey, I'm seeing the fucking field well. I put the ball where it was supposed to go, and this dude on the fucking screen didn't read the screen right. So when I threw it, somebody jumped it and picked me off. So it's my fault. But I ain't gonna say I ain't gonna say it's his fault, but so
he didn't write back.
He was pretty pissed off. He didn't like how he's being shaped right now, but he truly is not playing well. And we just pretty much wrote it off with a signature to sign that off and ship that card to Japan, wherever they go think about sending him. And Pete Carroll also didn't take it well either. Pete Carroll also came out and said that, hey, if you guys are getting rid of Geno, get rid of me too. So
okay,
so
no problem.
They were not very happy over there. So they'll be looking to bounce back this week versus Tennessee. But like you stated, the reason I was kind of pissed off in the chat because I wanted to open up from the gates and just be dominant. I was so happy that second quarter, I basically just wiped out that first quarter and called that preseason and just took it from the second quarter, because I thought it was absolutely something like I didn't want it to be one of those situations, kind of like the Arizona versus Tennessee game, where you let a team that shouldn't be hanging around with you, you let them make a few plays. Next thing you know, Max Crosby gets going. These receivers start catching some passes. We already got some questions at cornerback too. I'm just like, let's just put these boys away, man. Be done with the game by the third quarter, and that's a wrap. Obviously that didn't start out that way, but it got to it very quickly. Let's just call it is what it is, man. I'm officially gonna say it, man. He's Danny Dimes. Daniel Jones, he is leading this team. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He keeps us on schedule. He's accurate. He's pushing the ball down the field. I remember everybody calling him Mr. Dink and Dunk. He doesn't throw the ball past the sticks. No 8-yard throws. Dude's just leading us. He's efficient. He's been accurate. And then Jonathan Taylor in this offensive line. We get Goncalves back. Our offensive line gets back together. We absolutely dominate Max Crosby. Keep four hands on him the entire game. Tyler Warren gets his first TD, and Jonathan Taylor comes up with 3 TDs, and that's all she wrote by the third quarter. It was just a dominant defensive performance. I almost had to go back and look, because I almost forgot when I looked up Geno's stats and seen that he threw 2 picks. I almost forgot how dominant the defense was at one point in time. We came away with 2 interceptions. Ashton Jeanty went crazy the week before versus the Bears. Absolutely not even close.
No, he stuffed him in a locker.
I think he had like 60 yards on like 18 carries or something like that. I remember, I think it was Dave who mentioned it last week that said he was a little bit worried about Ashton Jeanty. And like I said, I thought if we played our game, it just wasn't going to matter. I just didn't think it would at that point. And then obviously with the Raiders offensive line beat up as well. So I basically from that second quarter on, once we got that drive going, our second drive going, I just thought there was just no stopping us. We were just a freight train right now.
Let's not forget AR had his first completion too.
Yeah, to himself. First completion,
it's actually
9 yards.
It's funny. It's funny because I saw somebody tweet out about that, right? And I was just like, look at us. We're just breaking records all over the place. It was actually the longest reception in Colts history to a person to himself. So we just keep breaking records often, no matter what it is. No, don't do that more often. That was another thing. When he came in and threw that tip pass, I immediately was just like, I don't miss AR football. I don't miss AR football. I don't.
It's the chaos of it, dude. And it worked out there, obviously.
Everything is like 50-50 when he's on the field.
It's Carson Wentz, but he's just a better athlete, to be honest. Like
you got to hold your breath.
Football. Yeah. Whereas Daniel Jones, like people may call him dink and dunk, but first of all, he hit downfield passes. So I don't really want to hear the dink and dunk stuff. But like,
well, they can't say it anymore. He's leading the league. He's leading the league in average depth per pass. So,
exactly. Like he's hitting all over the field. So that is already not a true narrative. If you want to talk about game manager, all this bullshit, like he just doesn't turn the ball over. He's had a couple of non-consequential ones, but he's taking care of business. He's doing everything he's supposed to do. And with the weapons we have and the O-line we have, that's all he has to do, and he's gonna go and win freaking MVP or some shit. Like
that's like today. I was kind of arguing with somebody in one of those AFC South groups, and he was like, "Oh, Daniel Jones is a bust. He's a bust, first round bust." And I'm like, "This is what happens when you call somebody a bust too early." You know what I mean? Like, we are so quick to saying a first round player is a bust if he has a bad season or multiple bad seasons on one team, but we've seen already that there's 3 or 4 different quarterbacks in the league right now that were considered busts. Who are now we're all talking like top 10 quarterbacks: Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield, Daniel Jones, Jared Goff, even Matthew Stafford on a different team has been playing better than he did in Detroit. So I mean, you can't just. I mean, old boy playing over in San Fran.
I was just about to say, even outside of Mac Jones, outside of this year, Geno Smith was one of those guys as well.
Yeah, and he played stellar in Seattle. So it's
all about fit.
We're too quick to call people a bust, especially when they go to a different team and now they're all in MVP conversations.
Yeah, 100%. It's like all about fit, and we like people are so quick to forget too. This is the most team-oriented game, in my opinion, of all sports. Like, if the team around you sucks, you can't do anything. So to call anyone a bust on a team like, what the New York Giants have traditionally been is a stretch. Get these guys in a good team like Daniel Jones is now with good weapons around him, and he's doing what he was originally projected to do when he went 6th overall. So yeah, I agree. You write guys off way too fast. It's all about fit in this league, and it's all about the team around you. Right now, we're seeing that click perfectly.
Most definitely. And then we did have I was going to say as well, you mentioned A.D. Mitchell, who got to play in the fourth quarter, and he also made a mistake there as well. Didn't get the right he was supposed to run a double move.
Can I make a comment about that?
And he ran a back comeback and shoot the ball.
I don't think AD made a bad move. I think AR made a bad read. Because
it was supposed to be a deep shot.
Yeah, he wanted him to run the go route, which was supposed to be a hot route. He hotted it to a go route, and the go route wasn't there.
Yeah,
the dude was 5 to 7 yards off of AD when AD cut back.
Yeah, that's
AR was just trying to force the ball down the field. The comeback was there. I think AD ran a better, even if it wasn't what AR wanted.
Yeah, and that's where the issue was. It's like, yeah, it probably was the better route for sure, but if the quarterback isn't like, it's just a miscommunication. And once again with AD and honestly with AR too, it's like we see just these mental errors that are keeping them off the field. Like that's the main problem with them. And even in this short little window that we saw them, they do it again. So it's like, I don't know. On the one hand, it's obviously frustrating to see those errors. On the other hand, it's like, well, at least you're making it when it doesn't matter, because this is garbage time and we're just letting you get.
We were up 40-3.
It's in the big picture, it's fine, but it continues to show it's like this is why you're not seeing the field right now. We got to clean those stuff up. And with guys that are that potentially talented, I mean, at some point you just want to see it click,
Yeah.
South Carolina scores a huge touchdown.
So yeah, I just think it's one of those things where like even like if your quarterback makes the check, you still want to see the guy run the right route. It's like, that's the play that's being called. So definitely get it, but that's why AR's back up now, and that's why AD got himself benched. And so got to kill those mistakes, man. We'd love to see that talent on the field if you can put it together.
Dude, and with the way that Doolin was playing, he's going to have to fight extra hard just to get back on the field. Because Doolin, at least this last week, he saw that chance, he grabbed it by the neck. Like he was playing really well. So it's hard to keep a guy off the field when he's doing what Doolin did that last week.
Especially if you think about it, because AD had 2 catches in the game where he had the chance to make a huge play, and Doolin had 2 catches. So there's not going to be a lot of opportunities to go around. So you got to get your stuff together. Tressa says, Pierce will be coming back tomorrow. We also lost Schrader on the when he got hurt for that block we did.
Yeah, she's saying that she thinks that they went after Schrader because we hurt their punter first.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I would say that, but a lot of people have been saying it, but I wouldn't go that far. I think it was just a dumb play by the rusher, thinking he could make a play when it was going to be
just a bad angle. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those freak bang bang play. The guy's trying to make a play, he ends up hitting somebody. Like I don't blame the guy. It happens. It sucks.
Yep. And Paul Nelson says, "Hello, who would have thunk on Indiana Jones?" It's funny because a Colts reporter tried to cook me for saying that. Thought it was hilarious, but nobody did. Is the actual answer?
No one saw it coming.
And then Paul Nelson also said, "Where are we going with this freed up cap space? Hendricks or Crosby?"
I think we're going
for us to
either.
go.
I don't think we're going either.
I would love to go for either. But I will say we did this last year with DeForest Buckner and restructured his cap, and we did absolutely nothing with it. So I would love to see us do something, make a move to be one of these legit teams. But who knows? Who knows?
Yeah.
I know Trev wanted to talk about this because I brought it up earlier, and I truly think that I don't think we're really making room to bring somebody else in. Because, I mean, that wasn't really a lot of money that they restructured to begin with. I truly think it's so we can extend DJ. That's where my mind is with it. Even though I'd like to see either Hendrickson or Crosby, I do think that it was just so we could extend Daniel Jones.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same thing. And if anyone watching hasn't seen, what we're talking about here is Chris Ballard restructured Kenny Moore's contract, freed up like $3.8 million, $4 million, somewhere in that realm. And the buzz is that we could be making a move with this. The only reason why it's getting that buzz is because, like, you look around the league, teams like Las Vegas that we just schwacked, they could definitely be looking to free up contract space, kind of get ready for a rebuild, stuff like that. So if they're in a position where, their season is cooked, they're already done, they could potentially look, as crazy as it sounds, they could look at trading someone like Max Crosby, like, whatever other playmakers they have, not that they have a lot. But and not just them, the Bengals, obviously with Joe Burrow out, like this is why Trey Hendrickson is still a conversation. There's teams around the league that as their season kind of goes down the drain, they could be looking to ship guys' contracts out, free up space, get ready for the next season, so on and so forth. So this is why a move like this kind of opens up those possibilities. But I kind of think the same, Matt, even though as much as I'd love to see that notification hit of a Colts trade for Max Crosby or something like that, what I really think is this is probably geared more towards we're preparing an offer to extend Daniel Jones. I think that's kind of where I'm at, especially with the success we've had offensively. I think that's probably where the team's mindset is let's go ahead and start negotiating with Jones. And I'm not against that either, for what it's worth.
Yeah, my mind didn't go to quarterback extension at all. I still think I want to see more. I know there's plenty of people that have said they're still on the apology train, or just like Trev and me, you were talking the other day about Chris Ballard and stuff like that. And I think it's just one of those things where it's like the team that we're seeing right now is the team that we could have seen years ago if we didn't sit on our hands and we actually did some stuff. I think with Daniel Jones, I think he's absolutely playing above what we thought he could do. I think he's showing that he could be the guy for us. But I do want to remind everybody, at one point in time, we were 5-2 with Jacoby Brissett and thought that we could be one of those teams to really make a run and do something after Andrew Luck retired. He got hurt, and our season was never the same.
Down the drain.
We end up going 2-7 the rest of the way. So for me, man, I would love to get on the hype train as everybody else, but I want to see more. I would love to see Chris Ballard go all in and actually make some moves, whether it be a trade for Rick Woolen, get a Trey Hendrickson, just make some moves that show that, hey, we're not just going to sit here. We're going to actually make some moves. But what I truly think Ballard is just doing, he got a little bit of money off the books, and then I think he's just going to wait and get Jalen Jones back to be healthy. And we're just going to sit and wait and play the rest of this season out, which I don't want him to do. But I think that's what Ballard is going to do.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't saying, that's what I want. I want to go get somebody like Crosby or somebody that's going to put us over the top. I'm thinking what we've seen in the past, Ballard, I don't truly see him doing anything.
Yeah, I don't either. Like I said, I don't either. The only reason I think it's a little bit more possible this year as opposed to past years, one, just because of the success we're having right now, where we're literally leading the league. I think we're number one in the AFC right now, or tied for it, whatever.
Yes.
But like we're obviously in a very good position to compete for the playoffs. So if you're ever going to go all in, like this is a good time to do so, as you said. So you hope that's kind of his mindset. But then also we saw that change in Ballard in the offseason where he started making moves he doesn't necessarily do. So I agree. I think it's unlikely that we do make a move, and it hasn't been in his tradition to do that, especially in the season. You don't see a ton of trades. But I'd say just keep an eye on it. There may be something in the cards here, however you want to call it, just because of those conditions, right? Because we're in a position to compete. So hopefully we see something cool like that. But if not, free money is free money. So I'm good with it either way.
For sure. Who is it? Paul Nelson says we need to take of the secondary still. I'm not sure exactly what that means, but I think he's saying we basically need to make a move on that secondary, just as I presented before. Rick Woolen, got to try and find somebody available. And if anybody doesn't know, the Jacksonville Jaguars traded for Greg Newsome this past week as well, so they're getting better over there at cornerback. They're also looking to trade for a defensive tackle. I've been hearing Dexter Lawrence. Some people have been saying Jeff Simmons, but I don't think the Tennessee Titans will trade him in the division. I don't think they're that stupid. But still, we need to make sure we're competing. The Jags are right there with us. We got our other co-host who's too busy working. Zach Davis in the comments said, I want Buda Baker if the Cardinals sell. I don't think we need a safety, so I don't know if I want to take his contract and where we're at with it. But that's just
great player, though.
My thoughts on that one. Paul Nelson says, regardless, our O-line is stout right now. Absolutely. Tressa says, speaking of Jacoby, I believe he's the starting quarterback we play tomorrow.
I know Kyler practiced yesterday, but
he's a game time decision.
Anything. Yeah.
Game time decision. If
I
anything,
think
he's going to
either
give it
one
a
of them
go.
was the pick. So
I just don't really know. With his play style and the way Lou Anarumo plays defense, I don't think it'd be good for him to play tomorrow. If it's whatever's going on with the foot, if it's like close to a fracture or close to breaking, whatever, I think if they're smart, they're gonna just take this week off, just to make sure he doesn't get hurt. He's already coming off an ACL from last year. But that's just my thoughts. We should see Jacoby, but he's a game time decision. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Kyler Murray. He played and rushed for like 60 yards, something like that. That's just the type of stuff that goes on. Dave Stewart, welcome in. Dave Stewart says, people have said we haven't beat anyone. Did a little OG math, took all the AFC South current winning, the opposition winning percentage, Indy at 360, Buffalo at 240, Pittsburgh at 450, SD at 400, and Jacksonville at 480.
So I like that he brought this up because I personally don't care what the winning percentage is of the teams that you beat. And the reason I say that is because we have 3 games that we've won by 20 plus points.
Yeah.
Like we may be playing teams that are bad, but we're beating the dog shit out of teams that are bad. Like it's not like Buffalo who's coming down to the wire. It's not like Pittsburgh who's coming down to the wire.
No,
the Chargers who's losing. Jacksonville, coming down to the wire. We are literally playing teams and beating them the way that good teams are supposed to beat them. So I really don't care about what people are saying when it comes to the winning percentage of the teams that we've played. I could care less because we've beaten them by 20 plus points. We went in, we took care of business. That's all that matters to me.
Yeah, and we've talked about it a couple of times too. Like, this conversation is really only relevant in college football, man. This is the NFL. Everybody is good. Everybody is capable of winning games. I really don't give a damn. And like you said too, like, if you're beating the shit, you can only play who's in front of you, right? So if you're beating the shit out of the bad teams that you're playing, that's still a flex. That's still good. So I don't know. I guess people's problems with the schedule makers. You know who you're going to play at the beginning. Like, whatever, dude. I could not care.
You game plan weekly, so it's like I really don't care.
I personally don't care for none of this shit. Like, people done try to state it a few times to me in some few different group chats, and people keep posting online who's the better 4-1 team, yada yada yada. Yeah. I don't care about none of that shit. First of all, this ain't college. There ain't no strength of schedule. There ain't no committee that's gonna drop us down. If we was 12-1, are we getting put out of the playoffs because we've only beat bad?
You get a little X or a Y or a Z next to your team on whether you made the playoffs or the division or the conference. Like, that's it.
Exactly. And then these are also the same people that said we was going to be trash and be a top 5 pick and we wasn't going to do anything. So there's also that. And then we also got predicted by USA Today to win 4 games, which we've already done. So I don't care. I don't care about none of this. No. And actually, as a matter of fact, just for all you Texans fans out there that keep saying it because y'all want to act like y'all doing something, the 2 of your wins that you guys have come against 1-win teams. So I mean, it's just like I just don't want to hear it, bro.
They beat the dog shit out of a team that didn't have their starting quarterback
down to the 3rd string all around.
Yeah, what are we doing here?
What are we talking about, bro? So not truly trying to hear it, man. Don't really care as long as we keep beating people. Like, if we was beating all those teams by 1 point, by a field goal, okay, I might understand your argument. But like Matt said, we are coming in and kicking people's teeth down their throat. That's what teams are supposed to do. Beat who you're supposed to beat, and that's what we're doing. So if you got a problem with it, argue with your mammy.
Yo, for real.
I think too, with like all these stats is that like we're pulling up damn winning percentages of the teams we beat. Like, you can skew stats to tell any story you want. Like, stats are a good tool, but you can twist them. You can make them say whatever you want. If you can make them fit the narrative. At the end of the day, the game is played on the field. Whoever beats the shit out of the other team is probably a good football team. Like, in this, it really is that simple. So I don't want to make too much of these numbers and everything.
Exactly. Nathan, I don't know who DeMarcus is, but he says I know you don't want to hear this, but I think Doolin took Mitchell's snaps. Yeah, for now he did. So I mean, definitely not mad at it. I mean, I want, like I said, I remember when people kept talking about, oh, you ain't gonna be mad if AR is not the starter, blah blah blah. Bro, I don't care, bro. I've been watching this team be mid for the last 7 years, dog. I don't
Whoever's
care.
gonna win.
I want the winning quarterback on the goddamn field.
That's
simple, what I care about. So,
and by the way, like these are good problems to have when we're talking about this guy's taking someone else's snaps because he's playing well, not because he's injured or this, that, there. Like, no, he's just playing better. That's a good problem to have. I'm fine with that. Give me that at every single position.
Look,
exactly.
And this is the reason Doolin is my little tag name at the bottom, because we always say this, not all takes are good takes, right? And 6 years ago, this show cut Doolin off before he even played a snap of real football. We were like, nope, cut. And then he's been here ever since we started this show. Yeah. Last week, I even said I'd rather have A.D. Mitchell on the field than Doolin because I thought A.D. Mitchell was more talented. And then Doolin again just shuts me up. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to talk shit about somebody so we can watch them just go off. Because it seems like every time I do it.
Daniel Jones sucks.
Yeah,
dude.
Daniel Jones sucks. 400 yards tomorrow. Watch. Like it's just crazy, man. It's
he always does it too. Like we were talking about this last week in our little group chat where Ashton Doolin, like he's obviously not a superstar by any means, but this is what keeps him on the roster, right? Every year he'll have a handful of games where he gets the snaps and he just takes advantage of it. Now, he might not be a consistent weekly start or whatever, but when he gets his shot, he takes it and he does well. So he's a veteran guy. He plays his ass off. Like you can't ask for much more.
Fun fact that I learned about him was that the college he went to doesn't even have a football program anymore.
Nope.
Damn.
So he's the legend.
Yeah, this dude
last
is literally
the
last man standing of that college he went to. I don't even remember what the college was called. It was a Division II school.
Clearly weren't that good.
The name of it.
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
But I can tell you about Ashton Doolin.
Yes, sir. Zach, you have lost your damn mind.
No, but you know what? Like we were joking about
$160 million, $84 million guaranteed.
We were joking about this at the beginning of the year, like, oh man, we're gonna give Jones $100 million. Here we fucking go. Like it's the same old Colts. With the way he's playing, he really might get $100 million, and we might be like, hey, that's a good value
college.
deal.
That's what it was.
Hey, I'm all for giving him the 3-year, $90 million, or 3-year, $100 million, whatever it is. But 4 years, $160 million. Like,
hey,
let's
if he wins,
you gotta win. See, I can't do it because you gotta win more than 5 games for me.
Yeah, it's so
we gotta win. Like, we gotta win more than 5 games, and like. That's crazy.
We'll come back to this in like January, February, you know.
Yeah,
I'll probably come back. I'll probably come back to this around the bye week.
Yeah,
I think that's a good time to have that conversation.
I need a guaranteed playoff spot. Once we get to the playoff spot, then we can
start talking
jump on board. Like I said, I'm calling him Danny Dimes. I'm officially a believer now. But we gotta calm down on some of the stuff that folks throwing out there.
It's still early, yeah. It's still early, but we're in a great spot.
Nathan says his Hoosiers beat Oregon. There you go.
Yeah, it was a good game too.
Paul Nelson said, "Do you see we have Amir Abdullah now?"
Yeah,
I was mad because he took one of JT's last week, so JT would have went crazy for me in fantasy if he would have got that 4th TD. But nah, he's pretty good.
We picked him up.
Yeah, we brought him back up again this week just because
Tyler Goodson's out.
Not just Tyler Goodson, but also damn it, why am I forgetting? RB3.
Is DJ playing?
A running back at DJ Giddens has been struggling in pass pro, so that's been the main reason that he's been getting called.
You kind of expect that with a rookie, though.
Yeah.
Well, his problem with it in college as well, but his excuse for it was he had a broken hand that he played with throughout the year, and doesn't look like it's gotten much better. So
that would do it.
See. Kobe Roberson, appreciate you coming in. He says you play who you play. Style points always matter.
Yeah, that's real.
Appreciate you coming in. What's up, Chris?
What's up, man?
Nathan says he's happy to see Franklin's out. But it proves to the Badgers that that the haters that it isn't true. Yeah, no, absolutely. Kobe says Matt posted on my timeline saying that the Colts were competing.
It was a long time ago.
Danny Jones.
No. I didn't post on his timeline. I posted on mine, and then he he commented on it, and I responded and said, "Bro, we're gonna compete for the bottom. All right."
Hey, no, like, look. So this is my thing, man. So like I said, the Colts reporter tried to call me out because basically he had posted that the Colts were second in EPA per play. I retweeted it and said anybody with two eyes was going to be able to, or he said shocker about it, and I said anybody with two eyes could see that was capable. And then he goes back and finds a tweet that I said, "Oh my God, Daniel Jones, our quarterback, this is about to suck," and tried to call me out on that. And my thing is
we didn't know what we were going to get.
I really wish I could go back on our Instagram or wherever and find a video of me talking about our offense, because I've always said we have a top tier offensive line. I said we have JT, best running back in the league. I've talked about our receivers. We have Pittman, Downs, AD, Josh, or I did say Josh Downs, Michael Pittman Jr. I said we have weapons everywhere, and then we add Tyler Warren. I have always thought this offense was a quarterback away from being a top tier offense in this freaking league. Gardner Minshew led us to a goddamn top 10 offense. So the fact that people keep saying stuff like this, everybody knew what Daniel Jones was.
And Gardner Minshew did it with less weapons.
Less weapons.
All we had was MPJ and JT at the time.
Exactly.
It's always been right there. Our frustration was always that we never passed that up, you know?
Exactly. So the fact that people keep trying to call us out on this Daniel Jones of it all, nobody thought Daniel Jones was going to be who he is right now. They literally took a poll before the season starts and says, who did we think was going to be the
It was like 98%.
It was 96% to 4% in Anthony Richardson's favor. But you call me out because I said anybody with two eyes can see it. And then just like Matt said, nobody thought we were going to get this from Daniel Jones. And then again, you can go back to more podcasts when we literally said all we needed was a little bit better quarterback play than Anthony Richardson gave us last year when we won 8 games with his under 50% completion percentage and Joe Flacco who couldn't move. Yeah. So like I said, anybody with two eyes could see that if you weren't just being a hater, that this Colts offense could be for real if our defense improved.
Dude, and that was always what bugged me about like the predictions and shit too. Like I know media is just media, whatever. You don't take them too seriously, but there was so much out there saying, "Oh, we're gonna win 4 games, this, that, and the other." I'm like, what are you fucking talking about? Like just as you were saying just now, like it's the same team essentially. It's just better. Like it literally just got better.
You know,
and for some reason we were floating all this bullshit out there.
It's been interesting to see the national media change its tune. It's not even a surprise anymore when we dominate teams. Like they're just like, "Oh, Colts are at it again." Like
they knew all along. Like fuck
yeah, shut up, motherfuckers.
Anyone who acts like they knew that Daniel Jones was going to be this good on this team and that the team overall was going to be as good as it has been. You're full of shit.
Like Giants fans have been driving me up a wall because they're like, "Oh, we said it wasn't the quarterback."
No, you didn't. You celebrated
Daniel Jones out of the stadium. Like,
get the fuck out of here, dude. Like I think of myself as an optimist, and I still had us probably like 3-2 right now. You know, mediocre play, whatever. Like my official prediction was we would go 8-9 or 9-8 again with Daniel Jones starting. So yeah, I felt I was being optimistic in that, and we've surpassed that. You know. So anyone who's acting like they knew it all, fuck that, dude. No, you don't.
And that's the funniest thing about all of this, dude. I got it written right here of what our records would be. I still picked us to be 11-6 when I didn't even know who the quarterback was going to be. Yeah. Like, come on, bro. Like,
well, we have the guys. Yeah,
that's the stuff that's just crazy to me, man. And when people try, like I said, anybody who has like a lot of following, when they try and call you out, obviously you're gonna look like the dickhead like I did, because he has more followers, more people that see his tweets like me. But again, like I said, anybody can go back on YouTube, you can go on Spotify. I don't think we have it on Instagram right now, but pretty much anywhere that you can find some of our info, you can see what I've said about this team. And no way, shape, or form have I ever thought this was a bad team outside of 2022.
Go back on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. That show is up there. It's on there. Go listen to it. I mean, he definitely had the best record out of the rest of us.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, that's crazy.
People get it twisted too. Like we've been the last couple of years been very frustrated with this team, it's not because we fucking suck. It's because of like the mediocrity and the fact that we can see how good this team should be, and we don't meet those expectations year in, year out up until, seemingly this point. But we haven't been bad except for, like you said, 2022. Every other year we've been in it up until the last week, and then we just lose in the most humiliating, stupid way possible. But yeah, I don't know. Some people are just so ridiculous with this shit, acting like, oh, they always knew or whatever.
To be honest, I was glad we were bad in 2022 because it got Frank Reich fired, and I couldn't stand that motherfucker.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
I was doing a great job to Stanford now.
I was ready for a restart as well. So yeah, so anybody who has questions about it, man, I know Paul, you were asking about records, and pretty much we had everybody predicting either 8-9 or 9-8 besides me and Matt. Matt gave us 10 to start the season, and I had us at 11. So hopefully we're all wrong about those records and we hit your 13-4 as you're saying now.
Yeah.
It's easy to say after the season's already started, but definitely appreciate your record drop. Zach said it was Malone College for Ashton Doolin. Trying to catch up in
put that on
catch up with some of these records. Yes, Nathan brought it up as well. We brought in Jermaine Pratt from the Las Vegas Raiders. I guess he was being an issue in the locker room, didn't really like listening to people and some other stuff or whatever over there. And he ended up getting released from the team. Their defensive coordinator, Patrick Graham, was not very happy about it. I don't have the quote right in front of me, but he basically was saying it's going to take 11 players on their defense to replace the type of player that Jermaine Pratt is. So love it for us. Sucks for the Raiders. Again.
I will say
lose to us twice in 1 week.
Is that no one has put out why Batchy was put on IR either.
Foot. It came out. It just came out like 2 days ago, or a day ago, something like that.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, it's a foot.
I think too, just as far as the Jermaine Pratt signing goes, like people are the Raiders now are spinning this like, oh, he's a locker room cancer or whatever. Dude, a losing locker room sucks. Like you remember in 2022,
everyone's a cancer.
Yeah, in 2022, we had all kinds of negative press coming out, especially from the players. You know why? Because losing fucking sucks, dude.
And we still have the same roster.
Trev, let me pause you real quick, and I'll let you go back to it. And I think, like Trev just said, a losing locker room sucks. It's also so overblown. I'll explain after Trev goes, but it's so overblown.
Well, yeah, and I'm just hammering the fact too. Like Jermaine Pratt's been in this league for a while, and he's been a good player for a while, and we've never once heard anything. At least I haven't, on national media about Jermaine Pratt being a locker room cancer. So this is just Vegas trying to spin this now and say, oh well, he wasn't a good fit, whatever. But I think he'll be just fine in the locker room. I think he's a good fit, should be a good fit next to Zaire Franklin. So I'm excited about what he's going to bring to this defense, man. But
well, I think it's just. I think they were just reporting what was going on, which could make sense because obviously when you're losing, if you got some big personality, if you got some personalities like a Jamar Chase or AJ Brown, they're gonna act the way that they do. But like I said, his own defensive coordinator came out and said it's gonna take our entire team to freaking replace this guy. So, but to your point, with the locker room stuff, like everybody talks about in 2022, this is basically still the same team. And I remember Pat McAfee was crapping on the whole team. He was talking about Isaiah Rodgers was betting and whatnot. And then he don't even remind people of that when he sit here and comes out and talks about Isaiah Rodgers having 2 touchdowns and he brags on him and how good he is for Minnesota now. But it's like, hey, that's the same dude that was in this locker room that you were crapping on, talking about we were gambling and late for meetings and all this and that. So again, I just think that a lot of people overblow some of that locker room stuff, man.
For sure.
Kobe saying, for the record, I was just busting Matt's balls. I was the voice of reason. I did say the offense was super QB friendly and AR was just cheap.
He's a Jags fan too, and he's very unbiased.
I thought I remembered his name and I was gonna say that, but I didn't want to say the wrong person. So I did remember you being in here.
Wouldn't want to accuse anyone of being a Jags fan,
I do not have a great memory at all, but when I see you guys' name come up in these comments on a regular basis, I definitely remember you. So, it was no shot at you, Kobe. It's just the fact that when you have a platform or something like that, or when you say something, there's always people who try and call you out. Not saying you, but just like the Colts reporter who called me out. It's just funny when they do that because it's like, yeah, your platform is bigger, so everybody's going to see it. But then if you actually go watch somebody's content and see, then you're going to be like, oh, I called out the wrong guy.
It also doesn't look good on him, if I'm being honest. This dude's a professional freaking reporter for the Colts. What's his name? Joel Erickson. And he gets so butthurt about something,
Well, he's got to be right.
Who has a fan podcast, like he gets so upset about something DeMarco says and just goes back and screenshots DeMarco's tweet from 2 months ago. And it's like, this is why, like, what are we doing here? Like, isn't this supposed to, like, aren't you supposed to be a professional and you're out here on Twitter screenshotting fans' fucking posts? Like, come on now.
Actually, he had us blocked at one point as well.
For no
reason. For no reason. But yeah, so just stuff like that. So it's like, it's one of those times where it's like you do like having a platform, because then I can go back and clap back at somebody who tried to call me out. Because like I said, we do this on a regular basis. So if anybody wants to try and call us out, we literally have the proof where you can go back and watch and figure out anything that we have said. And we pretty much are on the money week in and week out.
We also, for what it's worth, like, we have plenty of bad takes and shit, and then usually we'll hop on and be here and be like, I was so wrong, dude. That was such
I just did it.
Yeah, exactly.
I just did it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll be the
not
first
up here
one
acting like we're experts or anything, bro. We just love the game. Like, it's silly, dude.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, I completely admitted I was wrong about Daniel Jones, but there was other people that were even in the comments that were sitting there saying that had my back, which I appreciate. Some of those folks that were saying, like, none of us thought Daniel Jones was going to be good. So I do appreciate some of those people. But just one of those things. But appreciate you, Kobe. Paul says, how damn good has Warren lived up to the hype? I love it. And boys, it's about time. New ownership getting it right. I don't even know if this is ownership, man. I think this is just one of those, you see it, like what me and Trev were calling for us to draft Warren like back in November. Like, this is
before the college football season, like before he even played in the playoffs, anything. We were like,
I remember we were talking about cornerbacks, we were talking about linebackers, and me and Trev, like I said, anybody can go back and check receipts. We were like, hey, we're cool with those other positions.
Get Tyler,
Tyler Warren, you get him, it changes everything. And we've said that from Jump Street. So absolutely, definitely love that he's living up to the hype. Love the way we use him. He's already surpassed our tight ends from last year. He
did that a couple of weeks ago. Yeah.
In receiving yards. And then I want to say he's
leading the league amongst tight ends.
Three more touchdowns to pass our entire tight end room in touchdowns last year. So
he's just like, there's every once in a while, right? And maybe not every single draft class, but every couple draft class, you'll get a guy in whatever position who's just generational in that position. And I really believe that Tyler Warren is that guy. And I can't believe we picked at 14 and we fucking got like 13 other teams looked at him and said, nah, we don't want a generational player. We'll take Loveland or whatever, but who might be a good tight end. But like,
Two picks before us, the Bears said, no, we're okay. Oh, my goodness.
We'll take this other guy, which, best of luck to him. I hope he has a great career. He's not Tyler Warren, like this guy is that good. And I try not to fanboy about too many rookies that hard, but Tyler Warren's that guy.
Dude. A lot of people were saying to me too, a lot of my buddies at work when they watch the Colts, how often do you see like a head coach and an offensive coordinator draw up specific game plans for a rookie tight end?
Yeah.
Like, you can tell that there are specific plays that we're calling that are for him. And you don't see that for rookie tight ends. Like, tight ends normally come in and they're just kind of like, all right, we're going to work on your blocking. You're going to be a check down.
Yeah.
No, Tyler Warren's going downfield. He's running complex schemes, and it's beautiful.
By the way, even when you have great tight ends like Travis Kelce, like George Kittle, like all these guys who I'm zero, no disrespect or anything, but like as rookies, they weren't having that same thing. They weren't having games planned around them, and they just kind of grew into that role. And they're incredible players.
I think the last tight end we've seen like that was probably Rob Gronkowski.
Yeah, maybe so, dude. That just burst on the scene
No,
like
not
that.
not even Rob, because my boy
Aaron Hernandez.
Aaron Hernandez was the guy when they first both came out.
Maybe don't call him your boy. All right.
Hey, he's a Gator. He's a Gator. He's still my boy.
He was a Gator.
He has some other stuff going on. I ain't got nothing to do with that. I'm just talking about the school he went to. But Aaron Hernandez,
my best friend, Aaron Hernandez.
no, he killed his best friend. We're not best friends.
Number one fan of this guy.
But no,
really liked his
tight end originally,
you know?
And then Gronk took off. So, like, there's not very many rookie tight ends that take off and do that. So,
he's so damn good,
point.
Man. And he plays fullback, and he can throw the ball, and he can run the ball. Like he does all of it, dude.
He can play 19 different positions.
Yeah,
that ain't even,
what the fuck?
It's crazy.
I'm almost surprised that we brought in Michael Badgley, because we could have just let Tyler Warren kick it. He probably could do that too. Like,
no, I was gonna say he probably could have, but our emergency kicker is Ogletree.
There you go.
I almost said it though, but I remember Shane talking about that. Dave Stewart said if Pratt was a cancer, Lou wouldn't want him. Who would know him better than Lou?
Yeah, great.
Absolutely. I also do love the fact that this goes back, I want to say like 2 years ago when we first brought in Shane. I remember me and Matt were having a conversation on the show about how Steichen was able to bring in some of the players he wanted, being a voice in that room, and then how Reggie did it, getting Josh Downs. Yep. I think this is Ballard listening to Lou and bringing in players that he wants. We've seen now multiple defensive players that if Lou wants them, Ballard is going to get them.
Shows trust.
So I'm loving the fact that he's trusting his coordinators and his people to do their job and actually bringing in some people
the regime beforehand, man, you could always tell that Frank Wright and Chris Ballard were never on the same page. They were
like
never
this is Reich's guy and this is Ballard's guy, and they don't really mesh well together.
Yeah, they didn't mesh. And now you got Shane and Ballard, and right now I think they're cooking, man. And
even DC with Gus Bradley. I don't think he stood on the table for anybody. And Ballard was just bringing in people that he thought could be good or fit. And
then the coaches aren't using them the right way, right? And this is a way, too, that I feel like we've seen Ballard kind of change for the better. And I think this is the right way to GM. Like, this is what good teams do, where the GM is going to be the most involved in hiring the coaches and whatever, like putting people in those positions. But once they're in those positions, he's going to defer to them. He's going to be like, what do you like? Who do you want here? What can I do for you? To make this successful, because those guys know who they can use and how they can use them. So it's all just clicking. It's all meshing well in the front office right now. And it's just great to see.
Love to see it. We've been needing that for years. Dave also just throwing in a comment earlier with regards to Jones. We don't know who was right or who is or was right or wrong. We're 5 games in. There needs to be a bigger body of work. And this is what I've been standing on. Like I said, I believe in what he's. Go ahead.
I understand that, but then I also look at some of the other players like Michael Pittman Jr. He's definitely been a beneficiary of having a guy like Daniel Jones. As far as I'm tracking, Michael Pittman Jr. has already surpassed his touchdowns from last year, and it's only week 5.
Has he?
Yes,
he's basically on pace to have his career high. I want to say the most he's ever had in a year was like his second year.
Was that with
Carson Wentz? Yeah,
it was like 5 or 6 that year. That was his biggest year, and he already has 5 touchdowns through 5 games this year.
That's awesome.
But yeah, like I said, I'm calling him Danny Dimes. I'm a believer in what he's doing. Only thing is I just need to see more games, man. We know how the Colts go. I don't think this team is those old teams, but I think we just need to keep the right people healthy, so we can continue to keep doing what we've been doing.
Listen, if we go 6-1, I'm gonna be hyped. I'm just gonna say that.
Yeah,
because the last time we started off this hot, we went 5-2, and then we sucked the rest of the year. So if we go 6-1, we pass that. I'm getting hyped.
So Matt got 2 more games, and he's ready to roll.
Because we're gonna be there. We're gonna be 6-1.
Paul Nelson is saying here, where do you think we go in the draft next season?
We got a long time, brother.
Out.
As long as Ballard doesn't go for a corner or an edge, because he sucks at those 2 positions, I'm good.
Yeah, I personally think we should let Ballard stick to what he does well. So I'm gonna just say it right now. I'm gonna say linebacker.
I agree.
Then I'm gonna hope he goes to get us a defensive end and a cornerback from somewhere else, not the draft. I don't want him drafting them no more. I've been pissed off pretty much anytime I open up the internet. I took a screenshot of it. We took JTT 2 picks before Will Johnson got drafted. Will Johnson has been graded as the highest cornerback in the NFL as a rookie.
We were calling for him too.
I'm pretty much irritated by it. I said when we drafted JTT, obviously he's a Colt. I wanted him to succeed. I want him to do well, but I thought he was Kwity Paye 2.0 from the start, and the guy can't even get on the field now. So I'm hoping at this point we probably just go linebacker. Bless you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, obviously still a long time, and we're going to have plenty of episodes about the draft in the offseason as we always do. But, if you want an early peek at where at least my mind's at, dude, watching that IU-Oregon game today, give me Aiden Fisher, man. This linebacker on the IU Hoosiers, which a lot of our fans should be familiar with, being in the state of Indiana. That guy's a dog. So anyone like that kind of arch type, I think linebacker's pretty clearly probably a need for us at this point. So that's kind of where my head's at.
I kind of want to respond to this. Jacob
I was going to go there next.
Sucks at drafting corner. Waller was about to be a standout before he got hurt. Don't forget we got Waller too. Got some potential studs come back next year. And this is part of my issue because we have drafted some guys that were supposed to be studs with Jalen Jones, old boy who doesn't play for us anymore. I can't remember his name.
Isaiah Rodgers, Rocky Sin.
Mike Abraham that didn't even make it to the roster.
Who's old boy? Who's old boy that we just cut this year?
The
tall, the tall motherfucker who always ended up hurt.
Michael Strong.
We didn't cut Julius Brents.
No. Juju, yeah.
Juju.
Yeah, he's gone. Yeah, he's gone.
I thought he was on IR.
No, he signed with someone else.
No, he's with the Dolphins.
Yeah, he's with the Dolphins. He signed with someone else. He signed with them before we played them week 1. Yeah, no, and that's my thing. Like, he drafts these guys that we were like, oh, they're just hurt their rookie year, but then they end up hurt 2-3 years into their career, and it's like we drafted these guys just for them to sit on IR, and it's like, I mean, yeah, sure. Old boy might be a stud next year, but as of now, I don't see it because
and I was just about to and that's a great point because that's what I was just about to say. It's like we drafted Wally and Wohler, but the thing about it is we only heard about them in the preseason and in camp. That's not on the field. We didn't get to see what they were going to do on Sunday. So it's like if they don't play on Sunday, then I can't write that up as what he's done. Go back and look. Go back and look at any defensive end Ballard has drafted. Go look back at any corner that Ballard has drafted. They have not been good. Simple as that. And I mean, it's what you do on Sunday and it's what you put on stat sheets. So it's like at the end of the day, like I thought Wally was really going to be good. I like what Waller was doing. I thought they really gave us some potential, but we haven't gotten any.
I will backpedal a second because we're not saying that Latu's been not good.
No,
I hope no one. I don't hope anyone listening right now is thinking that that's what DeMarco's saying because he's not. It's just
the other guys. I mean, I think that you look at Kwity Paye. Most Colts fans don't even want Kwity Paye no more.
Yeah.
Tyquan Lewis has been our best defensive end for 5 years.
Yeah,
and he barely plays.
That's
real. He plays maybe 30% of snaps every week, and it's like
it's a little bit of bad luck for sure, especially at corner. Like guys just getting these freak injuries. So it's not necessarily like Ballard is just picking busts, but it's like if they're never it's been so many guys in a row that it's like, let's just sign a guy. And by the way, the guys we've signed, like Javarius Ward, like Gilmore a couple years ago, like the vets we bring in are pretty
playing well.
Good. So let's just go that way. Yeah, let's just for that position specifically get vets because for whatever reason that has seemed to work. And then draft the positions we're really great at drafting, like wide receiver, like linebacker, whatever. So maybe that's the way going forward. But for whatever reason, it just hasn't worked, man. Guys just can't stay healthy.
Sorry, I just got hyped. Yeah. Lightning were starting to pull a comeback. It was 3-2.
Yeah, I know. I just saw the breakaway goal.
The Devils just got a breakaway goal.
And then the Gators just turned the ball over. Nathan says Colts got the 5 fewest points allowed. Yeah, we're number
Hell
5
yeah.
in points allowed. We are also number 3 in points scored, only behind the Buffalo Bills and
and
Detroit Lions.
number one in point differential
So
by a lot.
yeah.
Yeah.
By a lot.
Yes,
It's like 30 plus points that we're up on the next team.
Dude, that's like a breath of fresh air too, because I mean, all of us have been Colts fans for a long time. Like, we're so used to playing to the level of our opponent and playing shitty teams and having close games with them. So seeing these games where we play a bad team and just roll them, it's like, oh my God, I can enjoy football again, dude.
Oh, that was a shorthanded goal too. I didn't even realize that.
Oh, me neither.
Jacob Hilligan also said, what I'm saying is that you don't know yet. Not saying we shouldn't go after some in the draft, just something to keep in the back of your mind. And no, absolutely. I definitely not saying that he shouldn't go for him, period. I'm just saying in those first through third round picks, I think that he's got to start thinking better at what he's better at, and then probably hit on some late round gems. Like Isaiah Rodgers was a late round gem, just didn't end up staying with the team. But you look at some of the last couple of drafts, like AR, Juju, both pretty much. Juju's not with the team. We don't know how long AR is going to be with the team much longer.
Tyler Warren has been his best first round pick.
Since he's been probably here. Probably so. Well, Quentin Nelson.
Quick. Yeah, they're both cheat codes. They're both cheat codes. So I mean, Quentin Nelson, Tyler Warren.
It's like some of those
positions you wouldn't even think of.
Positions I was about to say picks that failed to him. Picks that failed to him.
Yeah, I mean, who would think that his 2 best first round picks is a guard and a tight end?
Yeah, exactly. That no one else picks right.
Imagine if he hit on every other first round pick.
And then right now, Latu is on pace for 3.5 sacks and 7 picks. So, I mean, like it's like some of the picks that have failed to him in the first round, they've worked out pretty well. But it's just like these middle first round to second round picks. It's like we need them to get back to that draft where we got JT and Pittman.
For sure. I do agree with one of his points though, of just like looking forward for the future. Justin Wally should be, as long as he's healthy next year, should be a great addition. Like this,
you just gotta give him
slotted to be. He was slotted to be. I know you just saw that goal, Matt. Fuck but Wally was slotted to be a big part of this team, and then he just goes down for the year. So like shit like that sucks. But yeah, I'm definitely excited about him coming back.
You also got to be patient with him too, because he's coming back off of a serious injury that's going to take time.
Yeah,
it's going to take time.
It just feels like we've seen this song and dance a couple times now, which is why we're like, dude, just go sign a guy. Like, But yeah, I got faith. I got faith in Wally.
Yeah, I just basically need. It's not even so much about the draft anymore. Like this roster is built with so many starters that I wouldn't expect too many guys to come in and immediately make an impact anymore. Obviously, there are going to be a few positions where guys are going to have to step in, or they could come in immediately and make an impact. But I think this is more so just about Ballard continuing to find his good mix. And all we've asked for, we've never asked for him to overhaul the team. It's just like 1 or 2 free agent moves that could really change this team. And if he continues to do that,
he didn't go break bank on Jermaine Pratt. I mean,
or Mike Hilton. Even though he's injured right now.
You know, you went and you filled a position of need, and you didn't break bank doing it.
Yep.
Yeah. And the thing is now might be the time, because our market is gonna increase because we're winning, and we're winning in a dominant fashion. Players are gonna want to come here.
And Ballard showing that he doesn't mind spending some money. And like I said, we brought in Ward. Brought in Bynum, brought in Gallimore, 3 guys that have all been key contributors on this team. So it doesn't have to be something crazy. But that's all I was getting at. But let's go ahead and jump into this game this week, man. Arizona Cardinals, they end up losing I don't even know what to call I'm going to call it a retarded game versus the Tennessee Titans. I mean, like they lost. I believe the score was 22-23. I believe, if I remember the score correctly,
it was 22-21
or 22-21. Yeah, something like that. It was a 1-point game. But basically, the Arizona Cardinals had this game in hand. The running back Amari DiMarcado runs for a 70-yard, 80-yard run, about to score a touchdown. The score is about to be 28-3. He drops the ball at the goal line. Colts fans, wherever you heard that before, giving up a touchdown. It goes touchback to the Tennessee Titans. They turn it into a field goal. And from there, Tennessee just circus clowns their way to making a comeback and beating the Arizona Cardinals. Kyler Murray ended up leaving that game with a foot injury. He came back at one point, but it looks like it's bothering him again. They have been a pretty solid defense so far, one of the more stingy defenses in the league. I believe they are top 5 in points against them, but they are also, I want to say, like bottom half of the league in points scored for. So their defense is okay. They got some nice pieces
I'm also tracking their secondary is like bottom of the league.
Yes, their secondary is ranked very low, but they do got some leaders out there. Like I said, they got Will Johnson, they got Budda Baker over there, but somehow they're still like bottom 3 in passing yards. They got Calais Campbell on that defensive line, along with I'm forgetting his name, but they signed the defensive end from the Eagles, and then they also have a solid linebacker. And I'd say,
bro, how old is Calais Campbell?
Like he 39? Is 40. He's like 40.
Jesus
but he's still getting it done. So how we feeling this week, Colts Cardinals?
Pretty good, man. I mean, it lines up to be a good game for us. I think what I'm kind of looking at is like, yes, this team has lost. Yes, this team lost in an embarrassing fashion last week. But every single game they've had, they've kept close. They are a scrappy team, man. For whatever, like, I don't know. It's easy to like look at this game and assume it should be another Las Vegas game where we just dump them, and we probably should. But I'm just kind of giving them the benefit of the doubt here, and the fact that like it's easy to dunk on Kyler Murray, but Kyler Murray's played okay. Like he's got almost 1,000 yards. He's got let me pull it up again. 6 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Like he's doing okay to start the season, kind of like average, maybe a little above average. Their defense, like you said, it's okay. Like everything they do is okay, and they've been competitive in games. But this should line up for us, man, to just beat them down. I don't see another like 40-6 just schwacking, but we should put this one away fairly easy, you know. But don't be surprised if they're scrappy and they stick around for a while.
To be honest, I think that Kyler Murray really missed practice because Black Ops 7 released.
That would line up, yeah.
I think he just wanted to play some Call of Duty, but no, I mean, I'm kind of on the opposite side of Trev. I really think it's going to be another type of Vegas game as long as we come out and do our thing, to be completely honest. Paul down here says 34-21. I don't think they hit 21. I think they could hit maybe 13 to 17 range if they play smart. But to be honest, it's like, I don't know, man. I don't even know what to say. I watched them play that game, and I don't think they looked good.
They're just kind of average at everything.
It's just, yeah, it's not a team that really frightens me much, but it is a game where I know a lot of people want to call it a trap game, but I don't believe in trap games. But if there was one, I would say is a trap game, it could be this one.
Yeah, I've been saying that the last 2 weeks, and we haven't got trapped. So I'm actually I'm with Matt as far as score wise, but I'm the opposite of Matt on the trap game wise. Shane Steichen used to coach with Jonathan Gannon over with the Philadelphia Eagles. Yep. He also said that this team should be 4-1 if they haven't had a lot of miscues and stuff go their way, a lot of close ball games.
He said they could have been really 5-0.
Or yeah,
dude, every game has been 1-score game. Like they've had close games against a couple good teams too.
Exactly. So I think that I definitely think this should be the type of game where we just beat the crap out of this team if we take care of business the way that we're supposed to. But at the same time, I know that, like, looking at this team, looking at each week, and the fact that people keep waking up every single day, and it's either you're all in with the Colts or it's they haven't beaten anybody. Are they for real? We have these questions. I think that's the chip on our shoulder that we continue to keep riding to say we haven't done anything. We haven't done anything. We're going to keep proving ourselves each and every week. So I think we should come out ready to play. And as long as we keep playing turnover free, we are also one of the only teams in the league that have a turnover in every single game this year, forcing a turnover. we continue to do that, play turnover-free football, I think this would be another game where we handle business.
I just think it's crazy how cool Daniel Jones is. Like he's so calm.
So opposite of New York.
He's not like, he had I guess you could say he had a below average game, when he threw the 2 picks against the Rams that, when we lost. I still don't think he played bad. I think those picks were just kind of what they were. But he easily just bounced back like it was nothing. And just looks like nothing is bothering him over here in Indy. Like he just seems so comfortable in our offense. He knows where people are going to be. He's putting the ball where it needs to be. If he's throwing it behind somebody, that's where he wanted to throw it because he didn't want, like a Josh Downs to get hit in the middle of the field type deal. So it's just Daniel Jones, just keep playing like Daniel Jones. JT, keep playing like JT. Defense, keep forcing turnovers. And I don't see us losing to the Cardinals.
No, yeah, I completely agree. And I think kind of leads into exactly what I want to say too, in that this is a game that's all about us, right? Like, and no disrespect to anybody, but if we play our game and we play mistake-free football or at least turnover-free, because mistakes are always going to happen, we should win pretty handily. The reason I say this game is all about us is because they alone don't have anything they can inflict on this team that could force us to lose this game, right? But we can beat ourselves if we just do stupid shit like we saw against LA, making a lot of mistakes, stuff like that. If we have one of those types of games, Arizona, like I said before, is scrappy. They can stay in it. But if we just take care of business, this game should be over by the time the fourth quarter rolls around. We should already be up a couple scores.
Yeah, so. Like every game we've played this year, I think we've all had, somebody that we pinpointed that we were like, hey, we need to slow this guy down. We need to make sure that this guy doesn't wreck the game. Like last week, we talked about Max Crosby. We talked about Ashton Genty. Like we had to contain those guys to make sure that they didn't wreck the game for us.
Yeah.
This week, it's one of those situations where I'm like, who you want to say? Marvin Harrison Jr., who hasn't really had the stellar season.
Soon to be Colt.
I'm not big on that. I'm not big on that. I mean, it is what it is.
Bring young Marv home.
It's just he's just not having one of those seasons where I'm like, okay, he's a game changer. Like they don't really have anybody that could really wreck the game for us. But we've got plenty of people over here that would definitely wreck the game for them.
Well,
Kyler Murray is that game wrecker for them.
The thing about Arizona. The thing about Arizona is they can kind of do it by committee. And what I specifically look at is these running backs. Like, none of them alone are incredible talents or anything, but like Demercado, however you say his name, solid in the rushing attack. And then this guy, Michael Carter, he doesn't get a ton of snaps typically, but when he comes, he's kind of like an Ashadula for them, where he's like a really good receiving threat out of the backfield. And when he gets his chances, he does well with them. I think he had a solid game last week and the week before. So
he was on that Jet team that we blew out in 2018.
Really?
When we whooped him.
Well, he's been around for a while, yeah.
Yeah.
But they have a couple guys that can have those kind of games. They don't necessarily have anyone who's just like a consistent threat, like you're talking about, where it's just week in, week out game breaker. You talk about Marv though, like, yeah, obviously there's a guy that we've seen struggle a little bit starting his career. But you look at not last week, but I think the week before he had a pretty solid game. He'll have his moments where he's trying to like build his confidence. He'll have a touchdown and he just looks so relieved. Like those moments have stuck out and get shared all around and stuff. But like for us, like that I think that's a key to me because we want to beat this kid up. Like this is kind of a homecoming for him. Don't let him get any confidence. He's going to want to show out for the same people that his dad played in front of, stuff like that. Don't let him have any sort of impact in this game and just keep him being frustrated.
I will say, Paul, they didn't announce that Brissett is starting. They said that they're keeping the door open for Kyler Murray, but they are preparing for Jacoby Brissett to start.
I do think this game is different.
Right now, a tweet from Ian Rappaport and Adam Schefter. They both have retweeted the same exact thing that Matt said. They're leaving the door open. Kyler Murray is dealing with a Liz Frank injury, midfoot sprain, and he will possibly be out more than just this week. So, again, like I said, if we could, I think they'd be smart to just leave him out. But again, I think this changes the entire game plan for us. It's a little bit different going against, or not a little bit, a lot of bit different going against Kyler Murray than it is Jacoby Brissett. Two completely opposite quarterbacks to game plan for.
Jacoby doesn't make a lot of forced throws. He doesn't, make a
Plays
lot
on
of bad
time.
decisions. I mean, he doesn't. His ball's not pretty. He throws it too hard, but at the same time, it's one of those things where he's not going to make forcible decisions.
Well, who would you rather play against? Because saying it like that makes it sound like you'd rather play against Murray.
No, I mean, I mean,
either one. I don't care. 50 to 6.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Either way, but
I agree. I think we beat either, but I think it's a scrappier, closer game if Kyler's playing. I think he has.
It's because of Kyler's mobility.
Exactly.
It's his mobility. It's his
I
ability
think,
to get out of the
Jacoby
pocket.
doesn't have that.
It's like I said when I said to Matt, I said Kyler Murray is their game wrecker. I think he just puts a little bit more stress on the defense versus you look at the Cardinals. It's like they have a few pieces with Marv, outside of that, and like how you were talking about that with their running backs. Well, they're already down to RB3. They lost 2 starting running backs already, and so they're down to a few guys.
Yeah,
so
I'm just saying
they
our
don't
defense
have a lot there. I just think that if you can, basically just force Kyler Murray to be a passer, that's the way that you want him to play. So I'd say you prefer to play Brissett, and
I just think it's one of those things where when it comes to Jacoby, he's not going to give the ball away. You're definitely going to have to force it.
That's fair. Yeah, I think we can though, for what it's worth. I think either way we're getting to pick.
100%.
I've got that in the cards for sure.
I mean, we should have had at least 3 or 4 against Matthew Stafford, but we kept dropping them.
Yeah, no kidding. I think it should be a solid day though. I mean, especially if Jacoby's playing, then it might turn into that Las Vegas every game. If you guys remember when we played a couple of years ago when he was with Miami, and that was probably a better team. We schwacked him then too. Like I like Jacoby for what he did for us, way back in the day, just being a Colt. But anytime you get the chance to play against him, like we're probably gonna run it up.
Yeah, that's what I definitely would like to see. So, yeah, man, I think this is another one of those weeks where people are gonna sit there and say the Colts didn't beat anybody, but guess what? I don't give a shit.
It's still a dub. It's still a
dub. Guess what? You still gotta count them. So yeah, man. Obviously,
I love how he changes his tune that quick.
We
get all hype and then goes, well, yeah, man.
Yeah, man. We got Alec Pierce coming back, man. What are we expecting from the offense this week?
That's big. Well, that's huge, especially with what you guys highlighted with their struggling secondary, which really shouldn't be struggling with the guys that they have, but whatever. Look for Alec Pierce to have a big comeback day. I think he's going to do something. Oh my God, LSU sucks. I think he's really going to do something special, and he just opens up everything for for our offense. So I think our wide receivers have a big day. I think if you have a Colts wide receiver, any one of them in fantasy, you go ahead and start that sumbitch. He's probably going to have a good day. I see a big passing attack for us tomorrow. So I'm excited about it.
I don't know about you guys, but this is kind of just a little off topic and whatnot. But I think Alec Pierce should be required to wear a Guardian helmet. I think.
Oh, you said that last week.
And then I hate the fact that players gonna come back and then he already had to sit 2 weeks from his multiple concussions. I just think you gotta force players to do it to protect themselves. So that's just a little jump off topic. How about you, Matt? How are you feeling? And what are you expecting from this offense versus the Cardinals defense?
I don't know if I'm going to expect AP to have any more of a game than he normally would. I think he's going to do his normal downfield, make the 50-50 ball. I think
5 catches, 75 yards.
Yeah. And I think
2 for 75.
I think MPJ is going to have a good day. I think Tyler Warren should have a good day. JT is going to have. I'm calling a JT 3-touchdown game. Another one. I'm just gonna say he's just going to keep having them. So I just don't fear their defense whatsoever.
Yeah, I do want to mention too, because you talked about JT's touchdowns. I think too, that was kind of seeing last week, kind of answers a lot of questions for us in the red zone. Just fucking give it to 28. Just give it to 28 and let him do what he does in the red zone. Our early red zone struggles. I mean, it looks like we're past that, and we should be. But our early red zone struggles, we have the answers. Give it to 28. Let him follow 56. It's a touchdown, 9 times out of 10.
But don't do 3 runs up the middle, man.
Last
week it took an off the tackle type run for him to be able to get in there. But
absolutely,
and that's great red zone.
And that's one of those things that I was talking about. What I was talking about our issues in the red zone it was just like one of those things where it's like I hate how like the Raiders, for instance, they were a really good red zone team so far this year. And then we were running stretches in the red zone.
Yeah,
we were running
we went 6 for 6 in the red zone.
Out route, the quick out route to Tyler Warren that touchdown on. We ran that off tackle to JT where he scored. It's like, where are those plays versus the other teams?
Yeah.
Like it's like you pull out all the stops versus the bad
hopefully
the good red zone teams, but the bad red zone teams we're just like, okay, just run up the middle, run up the middle, run up the middle. Okay, like, come on, man! Like, put it on everybody.
You would hope seeing 40 with doing that, like Shane would continue to call those plays. So I guess
like, man, keep like I'm telling you, when Shane gets creative, I don't think there's an offense that's fucking with us in the league, and I don't think there's a defense that can stop us in the league if we keep being creative on the play calls.
100%.
Paul Nelson said, we definitely should have won that Rams game. We played solid, just those mistakes from AD. There was also some terrible calls by the referees, man. I swear, if we get another pass interference call on Tyler Warren because these DBs is too little,
he's strong. Yeah,
I'm gonna be irritated, bro. He barely touching these dudes, and they get a PI. Like
the one last week, he barely
like dude didn't even move.
Yeah, the ref has to have some understanding of just human physicality, man. If you run up, it's like one of us running and playing against like a kindergartner, man. You're just gonna stiff arm him to hell. Like
I wouldn't even call it physicality. If you dust off your shirt, you gonna throw a flag for it?
Yeah, like he's not even really extending the arm, and to me, that should be the signifier or whatever the word is.
That's what they said it was, though. They said
he just does this right here.
Yeah, well, they said he extended his arm on it, but I'm like, bro, if he tap you, that's not. Come on, like we gotta have
football.
Like at least let dude throw his arms back or something. Like, give me an actual call.
But he's literally getting penalized because he's more athletic and just stronger than the guys he's facing up against. Like, what are you supposed to do about that?
Exactly.
Lose weight, I guess. I don't know.
Completely with you, Paul. We should be 5-0. Tristan says, don't forget about Josh Downs. We did talk about Downs last week. We said it was going to be his type of game, and he's been our chain mover. So definitely not forgetting about Downs. He, like I said, we have weapons all over the place, and all we've needed is the quarterback that Daniel Jones has been for us, and everybody, we can see it. Appreciate you coming in, Rusty. He says, we got this. Absolutely.
Man. You already know it, man.
I didn't have a panic or patience this week.
Yeah, I don't think there really was.
I didn't want to read.
Xavier Howard retired, so we're good.
Yeah, Xavier Howard retired. I think that
Batchy's on IR.
Batchy's out of there.
That would have been my panic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who is it? Mekhi Blackman finally made up for falling down 2 weeks in a row.
He fell down again afterward.
No, it was before the pick. He fell.
Yeah, but he fell again after the pick. Like another play, he fell.
I might have missed it that time.
He's had his struggles, but then he has his high points too. Like he's feeling it out. If we had a patience, that would be mine. Like I'd rather see Mekhi Blackman keep trying to figure this thing out than any more snaps of Xavier Howard ever, which luckily we don't have to worry about. But man, hopefully he has a better game tomorrow. Good chance for him to have a game tomorrow because they really don't have a lot of wide receiver threats like that.
Yeah, most definitely. And then I think as a defense, we are coming together. I think we're playing pretty well. I think for the most part, Javarius Ward has been just – I know he's not getting a lot of talk and whatnot, but he's been absolutely great as a corner. He's been rated as the number 2 corner in the league in coverage and overall. So he's been really good. Our defensive line is starting to get some sacks. Pressures are going up. So I think this defensive line is slowly coming together. Still would like for us to make a move. Offensive line in the trenches, I think everywhere else, it ain't really too much panic right now. Obviously, people keep talking about our schedule, who we play, whatnot. All I'm saying is just keep handling business. Take care of business of who we're supposed to beat. And then tougher games will come, and then we'll see what people got to say about it then when we play those games. But
we'll see them in the playoffs.
Pretty much all I got there, fellas.
Oh yeah, man.
Anything else? Anything else we need to get into where we're at?
Easy dub tomorrow. Should be like my score would be 31-13. If
just about to
Jacoby's
say,
playing.
let's jump into predictions. Trev got 31-13.
If Kyler's playing, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah, if Kyler's playing, I think it's a little bit closer than we pull away in the second. So I said like 31-20, something like that. But either way, I have a score over 30. I have them scoring 20 or less. So double-digit win either way.
Matt, you originally had this as a loss for us to start the year, and I know you're changing it now. So what's the score, dog?
38-13.
38-13. And then Trev, you said 31-13. 31-13. And that seems to be the theme. I'm also going 28-13 though. So it looks like everybody's got 13s for the Cardinals across the board. So hopefully,
dude, if Jacoby's playing,
hopefully that means a shutout, because that's what I'd love to see.
Yeah, that would be nice.
But that's our predictions for tomorrow. Got a clean sweep for the Colts, folks. There you have it. Appreciate everybody for coming through. Hopefully y'all get to continue to watch some of these games and stuff like that, and get a lot of football in tomorrow. But appreciate everybody for coming through.
Should be 5-1 tomorrow,
guys. All right, and that'll do it for us, folks. And as always,
go Colts.
Go Colts.
Go Colts.
Second down, he fakes the Taylor, fires over the middle, completes. Pittman